contact my dentist for their records. We can't cross that line. That's a HIPAA violation. So for the most part, well, everything, it's not for the most part. What we do is just prevention, no restorative work. But we have found, even kids that have dentists, they may not go every 6 months for prevention, and we find, decay or urgent care needs so that we're able to get them back to their dentist.
So it's more the cleaning, more the, prevention, just get it checked.
And when are you planning on starting?
I'd like to come in March, if we could get the paperwork out, and then maybe get the paperwork out before school vacation, and then schedule something in the middle of March, and then work that way.
Just didn't want to make any plans until you guys saw it. So
sounds great. Anybody have any other comments? You don't need a vote from us. This is okay. Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Letter C, the Westport High School attendance. Ms. Tudor.
There she comes.
Hello.
At the last meeting, when we were looking at enrollment for the month of December, there was a concern about the attendance in the junior class of 2012. So I just wanted to give you a little more information on that particular class. When you look at the overall attendance for each of the grades from the start of the school year, it ranges from 94.1% to 94.9%. In the month of December, in that particular class, unfortunately, we've had 2 students with medical issues. We are trying to support them with some home tutoring until they can return to full-time. And one student has returned as a half-time student. The other student I expect to return within the month. So that
So when we were looking at the 1 month, it was kind of like a low blip because these students were out for quite a bit of time.
It was an artifact.
Yeah, and we still have to count them absent, even though they have medical, information that follows them, and we try to do the home tutoring. On the record, we still have to count them as absent. So,
is there any provision that the DESE has where students can somehow make up time and that the absence can be removed from the record?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Any questions?
Just we wish them well and hope they get better soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Update on the Mass School Building Association Green Project.
We keep moving forward with this. I'm hoping everybody that's out there in viewing land knows that March 1st we're going to have a vote through the ballot system. So if you haven't figured out where you vote, please make sure you do. We are asking the state to help us with a roof here at the high school, a roof at the Macomber School, a set of windows that are single pane here, trying to get them more energy efficient, and a set, pretty much all the windows at the middle school. That project has to follow certain guidelines set down by the Massachusetts School Building Authority, and part of that is they expedited the process of selecting managers for the projects and expedited people who will be able to do the design work or even the construction. So they did whereas we used to, for any other project, we would have to be the ones doing the bid process. They did the bid process, cleared some people, some companies to be able to do this kind of work, and now we're coming in and having to choose from a set of people that they have pre-selected, basically. After the first vote at town meeting, they sent me some information, some paper to fill out, basically what kind of things we would like to ask of these people to do, or what kind of credentials or experience we would like them to have. Me not being a builder of any sort, called a few people together who have some experience in the town with this, and we sent the paperwork in. They would like us to now sit down and actually begin to choose who the people are who do the the management of these projects. The problem there is the town, when we started asking these questions of who in the town would be available to help us with this, the town has apparently in the past had a building committee. When we asked, they have one person, so a committee of one is not a committee. So I wrote a letter both to you as the school committee and to the selectmen, the Board of Selectmen, asking whether it would be possible to designate a subcommittee of the school committee to run these projects. It's not a long-term project. Our involvement would be limited to picking the companies that already have been cleared by the MSBA, and my expectation is by next fall the project should be done, paid, signed, sealed, delivered. So part of this is they want us to do this in the next month or so, and to wait for a whole resurrection of a committee for the whole town pretty much is not going to fit within the timeline of MSBA. So I'm looking for a recommendation by the school committee to create this subcommittee so that we can move forward.
Any comments? I think that's definitely the way we need to go.
I did list some of the people that I know they have been involved in building in some way, shape, or form, either within the school, except yourself as a chairperson and myself. I don't know if you've ever done any building. I haven't.
I have a hammer.
No. We're just saying we're required to be in the committee or be part of the choosing of these managers. We actually don't need to do it with the other people, but I don't think you and I should do it alone. So,
I'm happy with that. Anybody have any comments on that? Vote. Can I have a motion to appoint this committee as stated in the letter?
I will make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just for clarification, who's listed has committed to the timeline of meeting? And
they said they were interested. I mean, obviously, we can, get them to commit. I don't know how many meetings we're going to need. I know we need at least 2 meetings before mid-April. 1 to get the manager, and 2 then to work with the manager to get the designers. And after that, I honestly don't know how quickly MSBA will want us to move.
So my only footnote, and I don't want to be on the committee, I have nothing to really add, but if Mr. Chairman, if you have any scheduling issues that you can't attend, I'd be willing to attend just to move the process along. Some of these people are available more during the day, and so
Okay, thank you.
I would go as an observer.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Mrs. Sullivan. Letter E, update on the West